guys, welcome to Between the Speakers, brought to you by FUSER. I'm your host, Simon Rex, and we got a doozy of a show today. We have pop star sensation Kesha, who's going to be obviously interviewed via remote from her home since you can't be around anybody in person. This quarantine stuff's really... it's really starting to make me crack a little bit. I got to be honest, guys. I'm starting to lose my marbles. I sit around at home. I don't get to see any of my friends. Things are getting strange. You FaceTime, but I don't get to smell my homies. I don't get to touch my home. Well, that sounds weird. I don't get to touch my friends. So it's a weird time for most of us because, for somebody like me who's an only child, Look, just to be quite honest, I'm used to being alone. I was already social distancing pretty much as it is, but I feel that a lot of people are being tested right now. This is a time for people to really go inside. Like Carl Jung said, those who look outside dream and those who look inside awaken. Huh? Yeah? Little psychology 101 for you. And I feel this is a time for people to kind of figure their stuff out. In general, I drink too much coffee, as you can tell. I had a 4-shot espresso today, followed by a 4-shot cortado. What's a cortado? I'm elegant. You're not. Here, let me explain. A cortado is with oat milk because I'm better than you, and milk gives me gas. I believe a cappuccino is like 50-50 milk to coffee, but a cortado is like, I think it's 25-75. I might be wrong on this. Somebody could do a fact check. Point is, I had 8 shots of espresso today already, so I'm flying by the roof of my seat, okay? Yeah, guys, video game heads out there, this show is for you because there's a new video game coming out, right? Where you get to be a DJ, and let's be honest, the new rock star these days, rock and roll's dead, right? There's no more name a big rock band. I challenge you to name the biggest rock band right now. Go ahead, I'm waiting. It doesn't exist. Even Radiohead started going like electronic. So being a DJ is the new rock star, right? Whether you're Diplo or Dylan Francis or Tiesto or whatever, DJs are the new rock stars. Well, guess what? FUSER lets you be a rock star in your own living room. And let's be honest, there's a lot of narcissists out there who think they're amazing and they're not. And this lets you be a rock star DJ in your living room. And here's how the game works. So you take the snare from a song. You take the hi-hat from another song. You take the vocals from this song. You take the guitar riff from this song. And next thing you know, you're mashing up all these songs together and you feel like you actually have musical talent. Okay? So you're arranging the sounds in your living room. And mind you, it's just your friend Billy. We're going to call him Billy Goat because he just sits there like a llama. And Billy Goat's sitting there on the couch watching you DJ. He's like, wow, man, you really got skills. But guess what? Anyone could do it. Okay? This game's for anybody could be a rock star, DJ star. So that's what here on Between the Speakers is all about. I want to educate you guys that you could do it too, all right? You have it in you to be a DJ rock star, all right? So that's why today we're lucky enough to get Kesha on the show to chime in a little bit about her rock star glory days and see what it's like to really be a pop star. Because most of you, including myself, will never know that level of success and fame. Because they do say fame is a mask that eats away at the face. As written by Eliot Shakespeare. That's Jason Shakespeare's cousin. Jason Shakespeare is William Shakespeare's nephew. Okay? They were adopted in Belgium. A lot of people don't know these statistics that I'm privy to. Privy? Is that a word? Security. All right. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. Let's hit up Kesha and get her in here. Let's give her a ring and see if she answers. She's a very busy gal. Let's see. Bum, bum, boop. Pretend to text. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-ba-ba-boom, ba-da-da-da. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bow. Kesha, welcome to Between the Speakers.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. Wait, what's the tattoo on your palm? Can I see that?
Oh. The third eye, evil eye.
Do you know what you just reminded me of?
What?
You and me were hanging out. This is probably when TikTok came out. This was probably 2010? What year was that? That's when you and I first started hanging out and working together. And I remember we were hanging out at a party and you had a tattoo gun and you were going to tattoo right there in the middle of my palm. It was like the Kesha symbol. It was like the K with a dollar sign. And I remember thinking I might regret this one day. And you were really adamant about tattooing my hand. And I stood my ground and I said, no, I don't want this. And no offense, I'm so glad I didn't do that.
I'm so mad. I'm still really mad about it. I actually didn't remember that
of course
story
you
at all,
didn't remember.
But I have my tattoo gun right over there. So we can rectify that.
You tattoo people?
Yeah.
No way.
It's not good. Yeah, but it's very bad.
Well, maybe we'll make up for it and do it later. Now, how's the quarantine life treating you? Are you naturally a hibernating person? What are you doing for quarantine?
No, I'm going a little like full insane. How are you doing?
I'm okay because I just moved to the desert. Weird timing. I know I saw you actually right before I moved. I saw you in Venice on the boardwalk randomly. Yeah. And I told you I'm moving to Joshua Tree. And you're like, oh, I love Joshua Tree. And you actually know my neighbor. And so I'm fully loving being alone in the desert. I was already trying to quarantine myself. So this kind of was perfect timing for me. So I'm okay because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. And
I was going to ask, it would either seem like that would be kind of what living in the desert would be anyways.
Yeah.
Is like in a quarantine.
Right.
Or it would feel just like the end of days, but maybe in a fun way.
Well, it's funny you said that because in a weird way, like I hate to say this, but it's kind of like being in a movie. It's kind of fun. It's like the zombie apocalypse and, getting your food stashed away. And are you alarmist? Are you freaking out at all? Or are you just kind of like, whatever?
I'm more freaking out because I just don't want anybody that I care about to get sick. I also was bawling yesterday because I think about other people and get so empathic, but I just feel so bad for people that are doctors, like having to go in and like deal with this. And we have no idea how to deal with it. I just feel like I wish I was a doctor basically, because I always want to help, but taking a step back, I would be of no use.
Right.
Trying to be anything in the I didn't go to college.
Right.
I barely finished high school. Right. So I just have to kind of like accept it's out of my hands. And then it brings me back down to earth a little bit. I'm trying to stay creative, which obviously you are too. And
yeah,
it's just the weirdest time I've ever lived through.
Yeah, I think it's weird for everybody. Are you really strict and vigilant about hand sanitizer, gloves, mask? I would imagine since you're famous, you could actually go out now with a mask on and be like, oh, this is nice. I could be anonymous and walk around and no one bothers me with a mask on.
I was walking through the neighborhood and somebody was like, oh, you're Kesha. And I was like, yep. And I gave him a friendly little wave. And I was like, that's weird. It was the first time I didn't get to we didn't just run across the street and embrace which now I'm like, of course, now I miss that. Just getting hugs from strangers across the street.
So do you feel that forever now, because you're a hugger, do you think forever now, like even the handshake, what do you think is going to happen? Like, I feel like people, at least for a while, are going to be somewhat a little more reluctant to do the French double kiss or a hug or even a handshake.
Yeah, no, I know.
What are you going to do?
Kind of sad.
Space hugs?
I don't know. We're going to have to figure out something. We're going to have to figure out something because I feel like human connection is what I live for.
Right.
Whether it's with my fans, with my friends, whoever, I just I crave human connection. Right. So when you asked me before, am I a solitary person? No, I haven't been alone more than for 5 seconds in a decade. So this is all very weird.
Yeah, I think this is training for a lot of people that, I'm an only child. For me, it's easy to be alone. I can handle it. I actually, if anything, I feel sorry for, like you were saying, you feel sorry for people who are, the doctors who are the real heroes here and nurses. I also feel sorry for people who, imagine just if you lived alone without a pet, without a friend, a roommate, without a lover, and you were just alone in your apartment. Those are the people that I feel that must be a little rough after 5-6 weeks of just solitude. How many books can you read? How many, what do you do?
Yeah. Well, hopefully things like this, I've been making little really stupid videos of me just talking at my phone,
right?
Which feels relatively useless, but in the bigger picture, I try to think of it as maybe this will entertain someone who's bored and holed up at home and they're in a small apartment. They can't go outside or it's raining and they're losing their mind. And maybe I can take them out of that mindset for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I really feel like it's like almost my job to just act as much like a jackass as possible right now to try to entertain other people.
That's the story of my life. That's all I've ever done is be a silly goose on Instagram and make silly videos. So for me, like I was already living this life of kind of hibernating and making weird videos and being just a silly goose.
You're an expert. You're an expert at this.
I've been training for this forever. Now, people probably don't know this, but you and I actually toured together for a while. You were so thoughtful and nice to me and Beardos, another mutual friend of ours who I did music with, and Mickey Avalon, and and then you had, right when you were like really had just blown up in TikTok, I think, sold almost 1 million downloads in a week, and you broke all it was like overnight. And I remember I knew you before the fame hit really hard, really fast. And then you let me open up for you on tour.
Well, yeah, you guys let me open up for you on tour.
We did?
Yeah.
I remember you coming and doing it with us at the Roxy.
Yeah.
And then like so quick, it went from like us doing you a favor to do a show at the Roxy to you touring, and we were doing college stadiums. Like pretty quick.
But that's like, if you're going to do this for a living, why not do it with people you love?
Yeah.
Like I personally love to tour with people that I know and I love. And then we usually collaborate, and it's so much fun because this is like our whole life.
Yeah.
I used to think of it as it's just 3 months or whatever, but I've been doing it now for over a decade. So this is our lives. We should make it enjoyable and surround ourselves with people we love.
Well, when you tour, I don't think a lot of people could understand this, but the tour life, you really, that's why you hear of so many bands breaking up, because when you're touring with somebody night in, night out, living in small quarters in airports and hotels and tour buses, it gets, it could be really trying. And I remember one time
you have to really like them.
Oh, that's what I mean. You want to surround yourself with, it's kind of the same thing in movies too. Like I've been hired to do a movie before where the director simply said, I just like your vibe. And if I got to be with you every day for 3 months, I want to be around somebody that I like. They certainly didn't hire me for my acting skills, but I was fun to hang out with on set.
Yes, they did.
So I remember one time I was on tour on the East Coast, and I was just finishing up my tour, and we were in like Philly or New York, and then you were coming through on your tour. So I jumped on your tour bus, and then I continued on with you, and you headed to, I don't even know where. And then you just had me do a couple songs in the middle of your set. And it was just funny going from like, my venues were 500-600 people. And then all of a sudden you were, 15 to 20,000 person venues. And I remember just how rock star I felt going from like my tour bus into your tour bus. And then I remember walking on the bus, and you had this whole new world of like dancers and, a band, all these people. And I walked on the bus, and they're just like, who's this guy? Like, is Dirt Nasty's getting on our bus now? And you had to be like, no, he's cool. He's with me. Like they didn't want me on the bus. Like I had come late to your world. It was just so funny.
Anytime a stranger comes creeping onto the bus, you kind of have to be like, I know them. It's not like just somebody wandering onto the bus. But so it's also usually 12 people in a bus, 13, sometimes 14, and you're all in a tiny confined space. And I don't know if people like know that, but so it's almost like you're like bunking, but with 12 to 14 people.
It's like camping.
So it's like camping, but with you can't go out of the tent.
Right. Now, your mom is always around. I always remember she'd be on tour with you. Oh, yeah. She's always.
She loves you.
Oh, your mom's the best. Is she quarantining with you? What's your guys' rules?
No.
Where is she?
She's in Nashville.
Oh, she's back home.
Yeah, and she has like 10 dogs. So I now have 4 cats.
Oh, so no, you're turning into a cat lady?
I've fully turned. It already happened.
One more cat, and then you're a cat lady. You can't get another one.
I think I'm already a cat lady. I think I'm already there.
Really? What are their names?
At the end, I'll show you the one I got. I rescued from Japan.
Oh, a Japanese cat. Is that illegal?
No, he was going to get killed. So I was like, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get you back here.
You saved the cat's life. Now, okay, so what are your cat's names?
Okay, Mr. Peeps. Do you remember Mr. Peeps?
I don't know. I don't remember
I think
much.
we went to a bar, and found him in the trash can outside.
That's how we found Beardo too.
Yeah, it is. I find lots of friends like that. So I found him like 2013, and then I got 2 super fluffy cats about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And then I got one from Japan about a year ago.
So you have 4 cats. You're officially almost, I think the number is 5, and then you're a crazy cat lady. Did you ever in your life, were you ever into video games?
I liked when I was younger, like I'm talking Zelda, Mario Kart, like old school Tetris.
Yeah.
I haven't tried to play video games in a very long time, but the one you sent me, because I'm musically, I would say inclined just a touch, not trying to sound cocky or anything,
okay.
but that is something I could maybe wrap my brain around because I've wanted to learn how to DJ. And I feel like it would be a nice segue into learning how to DJ.
Me too. It's funny because people always mistake me because I was a VJ on MTV and I do my dirt nasty rap career that people think that I'm a DJ, but I have no idea how to DJ. So that's what's so cool about this game is that anybody, including me and you, who actually are somewhat musically inclined, but this is for anybody, could be like a rock star DJ and play a festival. And it's cool because you get to be a DJ and be around thousands of people in an audience from your living room. And that's why this game is actually be a good quarantine game. And I want to let's roll a clip if we can. Guys, could we check out the game? And I want to see with you how cool this is because basically, okay, it's running now. We see it.
Okay. Old Town Road.
Yeah. That kind of looks like me right there if I had different tattoos.
Yeah, it does.
El ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos como es. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos a romper. Toda mi gente se mueve. Mira el ritmo como los tiene. Hago música que entretiene. El mundo nos quiere, me quiere a mí.
Basically, you get to be the DJ in front of like a Coachella or Burning Man or whatever, and you get to be a rock star, a DJ star. Who doesn't want that? But this makes it easy for people who don't know really much about music. It's almost like you can't go wrong. You could just fuse all these songs together and you're the rock star from your living room. And I think it's going to be a good quarantine game for people. I really do.
Yeah, totally. I feel like it's even kind of a tool because I would love to actually go and DJ. I like all different kinds of music. So in my head, when I hear like a rock song that could go really well over a pop song and I want to mush them together, I can try to do that on this.
Boom. Boom, baby. What's the best concert you've ever been to? Do you remember? Besides
I think it was
mine.
a Dirt Nasty concert.
Get out of here. Maybe, Beardo, actually, our friend, is maybe one of the best performers I've ever seen. I mean, he's a rock star.
Yeah, he came on tour with me for forever. I loved having him on tour. Who's my favorite performer I've ever seen? I mean, I saw the Stones at the Echo.
Where's the Echo?
The Echo is like, it's the club, it holds like 300 people. It's in Echo Park. And it was the show I played before I played Lollapalooza.
Wow.
So it was the first show I played. And then the next show, it went from like 300 people to like 7,000 people in one show. And I saw the Rolling Stones there a couple of years ago at like this tiny club in Echo Park in Los Angeles. That's
pretty cool to get to see such a big band in a little venue. And I remember Lollapalooza, we did Lollapalooza together in New York. It was actually New Jersey at Giant Stadium. Yeah. And I remember, it was just, again, it was so crazy to go from, my smaller crowd to like, You were
underselling yourself. You would, just by the way, you had massive crowds and people would go so crazy. And you were one of the people, you and Beardo and a band from Nashville, but who kind of helped develop what I wanted my live show to look like. It was always so much fun. And I knew that I took what I did really seriously. Like I wanted it to be really, like I seriously wanted it to be so fun, but I didn't want it to be serious at all.
Right.
And I felt like you were one of the people that I saw do that. And I was like, that's exactly like, I want it to be so much fun. And I want to do it as well as possible. Then I want to make people dance so hard and have so much fun and just feel like they're at the best house party in the world.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think fun is the key word because, especially if you're going out to see a live show, which, fun is the main ingredient. I always tell people that come to the shows, like, you don't even have to be a fan of the music. Come have a good time because the vibe is going to be so much fun that we were very cognizant of when we were making the music that we wanted to make like party music, fun music. And that's exactly what, I mean, when TikTok first came out, it was kind of like, it was pop, but it was like hip hoppy, and whatever happened, it was like the perfect concoction in the right time. And you definitely captured that vibe. I'm glad I can help, be a part of that, because that was that was a magical time. I think back on then, this is like pre-Instagram days, right?
Yeah.
There was no Instagram yet. I don't know. It feels like a lifetime ago.
Well, there wasn't really a lot of time being spent on the internet. We would see each other a lot more in real life, which as soon as this quarantine is lifted, I want to, that's one thing I really want to change my life in terms of, I feel like I do go out a lot. I tour a lot. I see people in the flesh a lot. And I want to do that as much as humanly possible when I can. Through social media is so helpful right now, but when we can, I want to come visit you in the desert.
Yeah, I would love for you to come out. You're gonna trip. I got a good little setup, and you love Joshua Tree already, correct?
Yeah,
it's a magical place. I can't believe I ended up out there.
So magical.
Yeah, there's something.
Have you seen Spaceship yet? I saw a spaceship when I was out there.
I haven't seen one there, but there's obviously I saw a UFO once, and I was sober, so it wasn't. People was like, "Oh, you were stoned." No, I saw a UFO once, and
I was sober too.
Really?
And I saw one too. Yes, nothing, like no weed,
right.
Not one beer, nothing.
Yeah. Now, what did it look like to you? Tell me your spaceship experience.
Okay. So it was in Joshua Tree near maybe where you are. And apparently there's a lot of spaceships out there. So just saying. And it was like a figure of like 7 balls of fire in the sky. And I was like, well, that's weird. And I remember just thinking like, that's super weird. And then they started moving and they disappeared. Then they came back in a different formation a couple hours later. And I just remember thinking like, there is no explanation for that.
Right. Now, the only explanation I would have is that I know there's a lot of sightings near like Navy or like, Air Force bases. Maybe it could be some type of military, something. And like, look, I'm a total, I'm a pessimist. Like, I don't want to believe in stuff like I'm a skeptic, but
me too. When you see it,
but then you see it. And the older I get, the less I know. I realize I know nothing, and there probably is some type of aliens out there. But if there is, it's kind of like when people are afraid of ghosts or aliens. It's like, I want to hang out with ghosts. I want to hang out with aliens. I want to hang out with alien ghosts.
Oh my God.
They'd be nice.
Well, I kind of think that aliens might be us in the future, time traveling back. So aliens might be kind of like ghosts or interdimensional human beings.
I like that. Speaking of interdimensional beings, have you ever been to Burning Man?
No, and I feel like I would thrive there.
You would thrive there. I finally went. I've been going the last 2 years. I'm really bummed it got canceled this year, but I'll tell you this much. You would thrive there because it's for like weirdo hippies, and that's a compliment, like yourself, that want to just, let their freak flag fly. And, you could be undercover, kind of like with this thing going on with the masks right now. You could be hidden out there. No one would bother you. You'd be anonymous. And it's just like where you could go for a week and just completely just be, an alien, Oh,
I love that. I love that feeling of just being able to run around naked. That's what I've heard. You can just run around naked in the desert.
It's so not what I thought it was. And I just know you would love it out there. So hopefully maybe it'll just be postponed this year. And if it's happening, you're going to go, and I'm happy you get a ticket.
We have to go.
You would have no idea. You would just you'll never want to leave. Like, it's made for you. But in the meantime, if you play FUSER, you could DJ at Burning Man from your living room.
I can learn how to I'm going to learn how to DJ on this thing while I'm in quarantine, because I think we should go DJ somewhere. Just reunion tour for fun for me and you, because that was so fun.
Well, this was good hanging out, even though it wasn't in person. I feel your energy, and I can't thank you enough for giving me your time. And
of course, I love you.
I love you too. And next time we see each other, we'll do it 6 feet away, and we'll have a coffee. And I want to see your mom. Is she going to be around anytime soon? Does she come out?
And my mom, I told her I was going to talk to you, and she wanted me to send her love.
Give her the best.
And I just remember she would always be harassing you about everything.
Yeah, she harassed me a lot. Yeah, she's a ball breaker, but in a good way.
Yeah, she is such a ball breaker.
Well,
anyway, she sends her love. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much.
I want to show you my Japanese cat.
Yeah, go get the cat real quick.
Hold on.
We'll wait. Yeah, we'll wait. So yeah, while she gets a cat, I'm afraid, guys, one more cat and she's gonna become Catwoman, which is
Ask her about her quarantini.
yeah. Let's see. I want when she brings the cat back, I want to actually inquire about her quarantini life. Oh, sounds like she just killed a cat.
Your favorite quarantini, like it's a drink when you're.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at. Oh, I think that white fur is made out of an old cat of hers, actually. Oh, look at. You can tell just by her room right there that she's a mystic. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a big kahuna. Oh my God, is that a dog? What kind of cat is that? That's the Japanese cat?
Hold on.
Oh my jeez. What's the dog's name?
Hold on. Put my headphones in.
Yeah. Jaden? What's the cat's name?
Okay, this is Mr. Peeps.
Mr. Peeps. So I'm imagining it's a guy. Hey, Mr. Peeps, you're exotic. You look like an Egyptian pharaoh.
He's the trash cat.
Oh, you found him in the trash? Very elegant for a trash cat. He's an alley cat. Oh, well, get back to Mr. Sims. Mrs. Sims? Mr. Pibbs.
Mr. Peeps.
Mr.
Wow, your
Peeps.
memory.
You don't want to know. Again, thank you for your time. And I'm going to call you and we'll hang out as human beings in person another time.
All right. Love you. Stay safe out there.
Okay. Bye. Okay. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Kesha, thanks for your time. Mrs. Sims, Mr. Pibb, whatever the cat's name was. I'm a little worried that she's going to become a cat lady, but it's all right. We'll see. People are starting to crack a little bit under quarantini. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching Between the Speakers, brought to you by FUSER. I'll see you guys real soon, baby.